So I'll start recording.
Meeting is being recorded.
Anthony, the first line will go to you.
まただ。あんたはどれ動きがよっぽど好きらしい。あ、まただ。It happened again. Again. あんたはどれ
Hi, slave.
slave? あんたはどれ I like your slave movements. Like,
Hmm.
wait, hataraki. Wait. Dore hataraki is like it's working as a slave.
Yeah, working like a
I
slave.
like
Yep. So, do you know what
I
anta
like
means?
anata.
Yes, it means
Is
anata.
it anata?
Yep. So he's not saying I like, right? There's a rashi
Ah,
here. It'd be weird to use rashi if you're talking about the first person, because you should know yourself. There really shouldn't be any vagueness on your own opinions. Uh, so using rashi with toward yourself is odd. Rashi makes much more sense to refer to someone at a hypothesis you're making for somebody else. So it
ah.
seems like anta wa suki.
It seems like he likes working as a slave, like a
Yes.
slave.
Yep. Ah, once again, you're showing yourself. It seems like you really like working like a slave, right? Because when Howl broke his sleeve, Sophie says, I'll just mend it for you. And he's like, no, you're doing it again. Being old slave like. Tis tis. Next paragraph is for Ken.
ハウルは、右手の指で、what is that?
Yeah.
破れたそれを優しくつまむと、指の間に、are
Uh,
you?
Nuno? Something like that. It's whatever cloth is.
Okay, that sounds right. So
Yeah.
I kept thinking Kinu. I'm like, nope, that's not it. That's not the one. All right. 布を滑らせました。青と銀色の布から指を離すと、裂け目はなくなっていました。Okay. So let's see. How long did it- Okay, so when he like pinched or like held whatever the torn sleeve with the fingers of his right hand
Mm-hmm.
gently.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
let's
it's one of those words
see.
that doesn't have a direct English translation, right? Tsumama, to pinch, literally just means this finger and this finger come together, right? So to say you
Okay.
lightly pinch something sounds really weird, but he's holding
Yeah.
it, gingerly with just two fingers.
Okay. Yeah. Um, so then and let's see, I don't need and slid the cloth through the I guess gap in his fingers or gap
Mm-hmm.
between his fingers.
Yeah.
The blue and silver colored cloth. So when he I guess let go um of the blue and silver colored cloth, the sake is like ripped, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
tear. But sakeme.
Well, that's because if you just tear something, it's like this, right? But if you
Yeah.
have a longer sleeve and there's a tear like this, it looks like an eyeball.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Um, so the tear had disappeared.
Right. ね。終わりかい ?So, hey, are you done? ソフィーは少し シュンとなって、um, 屋内に戻りました。So Sophie, she kind of becomes quiet and then returns to go back inside of the building. 魔法使いというものは確かに普通のやり方で仕事する必要はないのです。It seems like it really is true that for something that you would call a magician, that they really do not need someone to do a job that is what normal people do, like sewing holes in your shirts. ハウルはどれほど手強い魔法使いであるかを今見せつけてくれました。Right now, Hal had shown me the fact that he is actually quite a strong how strong of a magician he is. Um, and the next paragraph will be for Gen.
だけど、どうして追い出さないんだろうと、ソフィーは半分独り言、半分マイケルに向かってつぶやきました。Oh, but I wonder why he hasn't chased me out. Sophie said half to herself and half to Michael. 向かってつぶやき。
Perfect.
つぶ
And the
や
next
く。
is the mutter.
Ah, okay. Yep, thanks.
Rather than this line right here goes to Anthony.
僕にはわかりっこありません。As for me, I don't quite understand.
はい。でも、ハウルさんはカルシファーで、判断しているみたいです。However, it seems like Howl does stuff based off of Calcifer's judgment. ここに来た人は大抵カルシファーに、気づかないかでなきゃカルシファーをとっても怖がるんですよ。とマイケルが言いました。So the people who come here, most of them are either people that who are either scared of Calcifer or pay him no mind. That's what Michael said. Oh, new chapter, that's fun. Chapter title goes to Anthony.
不機嫌なハウルと緑のネバネバスティックス不機嫌 is like 不機嫌 is disheartening.
Yeah.
The disheartened howl. 緑のネバネバ。It's green never never. Green stick.
Yeah.
The green sticks of Howl.
Yep. The Howl who is not in a good mood and the green sliminess. Chapter 6. Next chapter goes to Gin.
ハウルはその日だけでなく、その後も数日、外出しませんでした。一方、ソフィーはハウルと関わらないようにしながら、ロバートの椅子に静かに座り、考え込んでいました。Let's see. So, Sophieだけで。So it wasn't just that day, but for a few days after that, Howl didn't go out. So Sophie was basically trying to avoid having anything to do with Howl. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Yobata. That's gotta be like the place next to the fireplace, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be like the hearth. I'm actually not 100% sure what that's called.
Yeah.
Um,
It does say that's one of the meanings. I thought a fireplace and a hearth were the same thing. But yeah, it does say that. It also says fireside or by the fire. This translated literally works great.
I suppose, but I would usually consider fireside to be like outside, like if it's a campfire or something, not if it's like,
Oh.
the stone place in front of the fireplace, right? But
Mm-hmm.
um no, so she was quietly sitting in a chair in front of the hearth and thinking deeply.
Mm-hmm. ハウルにはあれくらい言ってやっても当然だけど、確かに私も荒地の魔女のことで頭にきった分をこの城でかかとあたり散らしていましたのね。Um, it makes a lot of sense for Hal to go over and say that much. For Hal, it makes sense for him to do that. But, for me, it's was I want to see if atari chira means something else than glancing at the surroundings. Atari, yeah, it does. Okay. To find fault with others. I'll do that as well. I'm not sure what that's saying. Kitabun. Kitabun. うん。頭にきた。うん。Um, so, 頭に来る can mean to get angry. Didn't know that. Even when I got very angry with the Witch of the Waste, I think he's saying she got even more angry at this castle being in disarray. Do you agree with me again? Kind of saying like, when I came here with anger in my head just toward the witch, I found fault inside this castle in a kaka kind of way. Kakato. And it's like be very angry. So yeah, I think you're saying she's more angry that the castle was in a disarray than the witch turning her into a pig. Next line is gonna go to Anthony. That looks short.
あ、それに嘘800の口実で、あ、座っていると思うと気が咎めるし、咎めるし、それに嘘800の、あ、嘘800、800 lies? That an excuse that is like 800 lies?
This is saying like cause what's omol mean?
More is like I think.
So she says, when I thought that I would have to create 1,000 excuses, 1,000 lies, right, in order to isuwateru. Do you know what that means?
Isuwate is like, is it to sit on a chair?
Sit is suwaru. Do you know what this iru is here? This e from iru?
To be, to
To
exist.
be, to exist. So to exist sitting is used to mean to remain in a location, like to stay there. Like this is the place that I can stay and sit, but not just like sitting. So it's basically to stay here in the castle is what she's saying here.
Mhm.
So she had thought that she'd have to make 1,000 of different excuses in order to stay in this castle, but instead she kiga togameru.
気が遠げるとか is this disappointed?
hmm It actually means to feel guilty.
Okay. Guilty.
So she was thinking she would make 1,000 excuses feeling guilty. ハウルはカオスファーが私に恋を、持っていると思っているんだろうけど、カオスファーは私と取引したかっただけだよね。だけなのよ。So Hal, he's probably thinking that Calcifer has taken quite the liking to me. But what actually has happened is just that Calcifer wants to make a deal with me. でも、Calcifer の、大義にもまだ答えないし。However, I still haven't responded to Calcifer's expectations. And the next one line is going to go to Anthony again.
けれど、こういうやな気分は長時しませんでした。However, こういうやな、this uncomfortable feeling, ちょうどく時長続きます。It will not like continue on for long. Will not continue.
Yep. So she was feeling kind of bad in the previous chapter, that she's being able to stay here, and Hal's like, man, this girl and Calcifer get along great. She's got to stay in the house then. But Calcifer actually wants her to do some bad stuff against Hal, so she's feeling a little guilty about it. But nothing holds Sophie down for long, so she's not really feeling guilty anymore. The rest of this paragraph is going to go again.
作ろう必要のあるマイケルの服が山ほどあることを見つけ出したソフィーは、ポケットから指抜き、ハサミ、指抜き
Oh, that's a thimble.
That makes sense. Okay. 糸を取り出すと仕事にかかりました。So, Michael had a mountain's worth of clothes that needed, or when she discovered that Michael had a mountain's worth of clothes needing to be mended, Sophie took out a thimble, scissors, and thread from her pocket and got to work.
Let's not even ask Hal about it. そして夕方には元気を取り戻し、カウスファが歌うフライパンがどこというざれ歌を一緒に口ずさんでいました。And on top of that, she was in great spirits by the time the evening came, and she So I think she got the frying pan and went on top of Calcifer, making it that he's no longer to make whiny noises anymore, is what it's trying to say here. But I'm actually going to double check if utao can be used for that. Doesn't look like it. And I'm gonna Google this because I've never seen that before. So what it literally says is that the frying pan that makes Calcifer sing, Sophie sings along with that frying pan by humming. Uh, so I think what I said kind of originally kind of made the same vibe. Next line is for Anthony.
仕事は順調かな。ハウルが皮肉りました。Howl in a very, what's it called? Sarcastic way, asked, 仕事は順調. Are you having a good time with the work or your task?
もっとあったって平気. He said it'd be much better if there was more of it. And next line is going to go to Anthony again. Just ignore the big ass spaces. It's just happening for magic.
Is it me? Okay. 忙しいのがお望みなら、古い上着ってくれてもいいんだけど、忙しいのが、I am busy, but 望みなら、if you like, 古い上着ってくれ。I I would also like if you can give me this like old wagi is upper clothes, so I guess shirt. It would be okay, but
Yeah. He's saying, I could give you some of my old upper clothing if you want to mend those as well, if you're wishing to get busy.
あ
どうやらハルはもう腹を立っていないようです. Well, it seems like Hal's not angry anymore. よかった. 今朝はちょっと怖かったもの. That's great. He was kind of scary this morning. And the next line goes to Gin.
ハウルが狙っている女性をまだ、なんだ Ooh, wait a sec.
It's like the reflect, but I don't remember how it's read either. Shot, like archery.
Is it like iru? But that's not the right verb.
Is it a verb? Oh, that makes sense. Let's see. It's utsu in this context then. You're right.
Okay. All right. So utsu or uto? Utomete. Oh, is that a verb?
Wait.
Hang on a second.
Wait.
まだ something
Uh,
止めていないこと。止めていないことは明らかです。
I'm guessing that this might be a spelling error.
Let me check.
Because considering they've had other spelling errors, that would make the most sense. It's probably something that looks similar to sha, utsu. Um, that goes with the tomeru. That isn't that. Some kind of
No, it's a separate verb. It's ito. Itomeru is the verb. I've never seen that before. Okay, so itomeru, like that's like a set
Oh,
phrase, and the verb
yeah.
means to win something like someone's heart.
To shoot dead in the heart. You shoot them with the arrow and it stops. That makes sense.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, curse my dictionary for being like seeing this kanji and then having tomeru and being like, I've never seen that in my life.
Yeah, I had to
Bad
scroll down
dictionary.
for a bit to find that one. That was, I guess it's not common, which makes sense. Okay, so 言い止めていないことは明らかです。でも、マイケルと来たら、そんな分かりきったことを尋ねています。ハウルは聞かれたものらしく、wait a sec. 聞かれてものらりくらり。
Some kind of sound effect.
Okay. と逃げています。Okay, so, 歯を狙っている女性。I'm not really sure what narateru is, but my
What's the aim
guess would be
at?
that it's, huh?
Aim?
Okay, yeah. So, it was clear that he still hadn't won the heart of the girl he was aiming for. But let's see, でもめくるときと。But with Michael there,
Mm-hmm.
um, わかりきった. So something like completely understood?
He 尋ねました.
Oh, Michael's asking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay, so Michael's asking Howl. But Howl uh probably slithered out of what he was asked and ran away.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Even though he was asked, he ran off. He was like, "No, can't say anything about that." This like makes so much more sense. Uh, like what's going on here if you've ever read the book before. Um, I think Anthony could do this paragraph. Feels doable.
ああ、なんというぬるぬるうなぎ。なんというソフィーはマイケルの靴下につぶやきました。自分の欠点を認めたくないんだな。なんというぬるぬるうなぎ。So, mm, Sophie, towards Michael's shoes, uh, whispered, なんという what is this
Tsubuyaku?
slippery?
Unagi? Unagi is an eel.
Yeah. Nuru nuru, slimy. Okay, slippery. Okay, slimy eel. What is this slimy eel? なんという The what is this is like I'm referring to the none to you or
Mm.
what you
This is non like nani. You're not incorrect about that. But if they're asking what is this eel, they wouldn't use the slurred form of nan. Nan to you nuru nuru unagi is saying like, what a slippery eel. What
what a
a
slippery eel.
slippery eel. That's the vibe going on from the sentence due to the
What a slimy eel.
slurring and stuff. Literally, it's saying, "Wow, nanto." I would define this as what? It's a slippery eel. Kind of would be
Okay.
literal, but that doesn't mean much of anything in English. So, what a slippery eel conveys the same vibe of the thing. Nanto you.
自分の欠点の I don't want to recognize this my own failure point, or is it failure
That's
point?
exactly what that line says. The subject has been dropped, so the jibun could refer to Sophie, but in this context, she's probably referring to the slippery eel, since that was
Ah,
mentioned in the same paragraph. So the slippery eel in this context is also referring to Howl. So she's saying, "Ugh, Howl, he just doesn't want to acknowledge his own faults." Kutsu does mean shoe. Do you know what a kutsushita is?
the sole of the one underneath the
That
shoes.
would make logical sense, but strangely enough, even though it is their sock that goes in the shoe. I
Oh,
I see I would make the same mistake if I was guessing. Because I agree, you'd think it would be the sole of the shoe. That makes more sense. That's under the shoe. But instead it's under the lid of the shoe, but above the bottom. Just to be confusing. Next paragraph is for Gen.
ハウルがさっきから落ち着かないのは、狙った女性に振り向いてもらえない不満を隠そうとしているからでしょう。ソフィーにもよくわかります。So, uh, let's see. つかないのは So the reason that Howl wasn't able to like calm down from before is probably because let's see. He was trying to hide his dissatisfaction with the fact that the woman he was aiming for still wouldn't like
Face him.
face him. Okay. 振り向いてもらう. That's an interesting way to phrase that.
Mm-hmm.
Sophie understood quite well.
はいはい。ハウルは作業台でいかにも玄人らしい手つきで材料を混ぜ合わせています。マイクルよりも手早いし、混乱です。So Howl, he's over at the workshop and he is mixing some ingredients by hand like he is a kuroto, which I feel like it's a hard-working person, and he's being, haha, like an expert. That makes sense. So he's mixing stuff like he's quite the expert. And if you compare to how he's mixing to how Michael mixes, well, he's a lot faster than Michael, and he's also a lot more aggressive, I guess. But that seems weird. And that's not how the word's pronounced. So I'm gonna write the kanji. Yeah, this is violent. I guess careless. That makes sense. Like if you're not like if you're used to something, you kind of like don't always treat it as nicely as you should. No caution at all behind his eyes. First line's gonna go to Anthony.
相場 そばでマイケルが浮かべている表情からすると、お方は珍しくて高度なまじないのようです。そばでマイケルが浮かべている表情からすると、um, on the side, on my beside Michael, the expression that from the expression that Michael from the expression that says surfaced from Michael, um, a large amount or a large thing, um, a rare altitude height
Uh, this is more
margin.
probably like probability.
Oh, okay.
The chances of this occurring sorry, it's like a super strong, like super hard to do majinai.
Marginai. Well, what's marginai?
That's like a magical spell.
Ah, it looks like a very hard to do magic spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okata.
Yeah.
What's
So,
okata?
uh,
It's okata. Okata.
so okata can mean probably. So it's kind of like saying the biggest amount from all the information. So Sophie doesn't know anything about magic. But he's seeing Hal and he looks very professional with how fast he's doing stuff and like not treating his tools carefully. Right next to Hal is Michael. And Michael has like this really happy, like, woo look on his face. And based off of that look on his face, Sophie says it seems like like Hal is probably doing some kick-ass, crazy new like this is not something Michael ever really sees spell. So Michael's like sitting in anticipation. Um, and this next line goes to Gin.
God, the commas. All right. でも、ハウルと来たら、作っている途中で何か隠してあるもの。きっと不気味なものでしょう。を見に寝室へ駆け上がっていったり、あかと思うとすぐに、what is that, just 裏庭
Yeah.
?OK、裏庭へ走っていて、そこで大掛か
Hmm?
りなものを組み立てたりするのです。Okay. Let's see. So, but how when it came to Howl, in the middle of making something, 何か隠してあるの there's just something hidden.
Yeah.
Something, definitely something creepy, or probably something creepy.
Well, how he
Um,
駆け上がっていた to the 寝室, right?
well, he runs off to his bedroom, right? Or runs
Mm-hmm.
up off to his bedroom.
Yeah. So in
Um,
order to look at something that he's hiding. So the idea is that he's not doing it in the front where Sophie can see it. He ran up to the bedroom
ah,
where she cannot see the
got it.
final part
Okay.
of the spell. And then she makes a hypothesis about what possibly could he went up to hide. きっと不気味なものでしょ
Got it. Okay, okay. So he does that, and as well, as soon as she thinks that he's done that, he will run back out to the courtyard outside or backyard or whatever they've got. And let's see, そこで大掛かりなものをand what, gather some giant things together out
Yeah,
there?
that's exactly
Okay.
what he does. Perfect. Yep, he's definitely got something ominous going on here. Now it's my turn to do one sentence. It's like a full ass paragraph.
Oh
Darn
my
it, can't
God,
just
it is
make Gen
long.
do it. Uh, ソーフィーは、細めに扉を開け、いつもは優雅な魔法使いが泥の中に膝をつき、長い袖を邪魔にならないように、首の後ろで、あ積んだ格好で、絡まりあった油まみれの金属を深い深く、probably 注意深く、組み立てているのを見て、ちょっとあっけに取られました。So Sophie, she opens up the door a tiny amount so she can look over into what on earth Hal is doing. And it seems like the Hal, who's normally, very like handsome and gallant, right? He has went onto his knees inside of the mud in the courtyard. So he's kneeling down on the ground. And his appearance, right? It's like he uh so in order for his long sleeves from his outfit to not get in the way from his work, it has been tied up behind his back. So instead of having long sleeves like this, they've been rolled up upwards. So that's probably two something. And he is looking over very deeply, like very much looking like very much over at the metal items that are smeared in oil and also are whatever that word is. And these items are kind of all lined up in front of him. And karamari just means entangled. So these items are just randomly entangled and oiled. And Sophie, seeing all of this, is quite a bit taken back. And the next line goes to Anthony.
ハウルは王様に依頼された品を使っているのでしょう。wait, what's that?
Same meaning as he.
ハウルは王様にされる is
Suru? Do you know what
to
irai
make.
means?
Irai is request.
So, irai suru is to make a request. This is
Make a-
sareru, passive force. So, to be requested for.
requested. The article, the goods, the requested goods.
ハウルは作っているでしょ?
How created the requested goods to be given to the Osama, the king.
Yes, that the king requested. Yes, and the teiru means he's making it right now, not that he finished making it. 作っているでしょ?
Okay.
So Hal must be making something for the king. 少し前のことですが、気がざって香水をつけた 前とは違う死者が頂上を待ち参加し、長花頂上と工場を述べたのです。It was quite a bit before this, right? But there was a messenger who was different than the one we saw last time. And this messenger, he had some perfume and was wearing some fancy ass clothing compared to the guy we saw before. And this messenger, he said he is waiting for something that seems to be like some like written thing from Howl saying how progress he has had. And it seems like he said it in very fancy words, but I actually do not know any of these words on the bottom half of the sentence, so I'm just guessing by vibes. So I'm gonna Google words now. So we got shoujo, it's a letter. Then we got matsu and sanka. Is that not motsu? Oh, it's motsu. Motsu. So the messenger came bringing a letter that was different than different messenger than before. Um, kojo. Yeah. What this is saying is that he didn't just hand the letter over to Hal. Instead, he basically read out loud the letter, and it took a really, really long time in order for him, like it was a long ass letter that he read out loud to Hal. Um, and wow, this is a paragraph. Let's see. First line goes to Anthony.
What's the paragraph? 曰く、ハウル様は強力でいいと、what's that? Toki? Oh, I don't know how to pronounce
Yeah.
that.
I think is it Odoroki? Odoroki? No, must be wise then. Kashikoi.
wait.
Um,
Ken.
you're right. Ken
It's just Ken, but
or
okay.
Kashikoi, I don't know. I don't know what the Ke is doing in the middle. It's like another kanji that we don't know. Doesn't look like it.
Wait, what is that kanji?
Well, this word right here is zuno.
Zuno. Okay, Zuno を持ちであらせられます。Iwaku is Iwaku.
Doesn't really mean anything. It just says what happened previously.
Previously, Howl 様はforcefully on the he took a hold of, he hurriedly and grabbed the head, the wise head, in a forceful manner. Wait, is
Yeah. This is his brains. So
that?
yeah, I'm not sure what the wait, actually ito can mean very much, and that's probably what it is. Um so Hal is supposed to come and show some brains that are quite wise, I think is just what it's saying. Like this is like I guess
Maybe
the previous things they were supposed to do. Without context, it makes
uh,
it harder to read. Supposed to show some brains. Um, 定めし、重要なお仕事に、下はthat's not how I pronounce されているでありましょう。So he was told to do a job that is incredibly important, and he has to like do it. I think this is what the guy that was yeah. This is what the messenger said to Howl. So the new messenger came, and he had this weird ass letter, and this is just going to be old. This whole thing is what the messenger is saying to Howl. So he says Howl needs to present some his brains strongly and do his very important job. This next one line goes to Gen, so they can suffer with us.
God, that's one line. All right. しかしながら申し上げます。Jesus Christ. あげますれば、我らが大悩ましている些細な問題がございまして、恐れ入りますが、それにお時間を割いていただくわけには参りませんでしょうか。Basically.
Yeah.
So, or like, but, moshi age masuruba, like, if possible,
Hmm.
warera ga o nayamashite there's also a problem that the king is kind of troubled about. So if you have, so sorry to trouble you, but if you have the time, or if you could make the time, why do you, I wonder if you could make the time to handle it, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's definitely what it's saying. お願いしたいのは、blah blah blah. Important bag thing. の馬車を要する我が軍隊が湿地や凸凹道を速やかに通行するための品なのでございますが、could you perhaps do this thing that it has to do, make a good that is for the purpose of allowing like the vehicles that are traveling for the army to be able to travel over very rough ground and also like marshland. So not only does he have to find the brains of a smart child, but he also needs to do uh, other stuff. Next line is for Anthony.
ハウルは驚くほど陰銀ほど陰銀にあ回りくどく返事しました。で、できない。ハウルは驚くほど金銀。Howl in a polite is very polite way.
Mm-hmm.
回りくどくin
Roundabout.
going around roundabout Henji is like replying
Mm-hmm.
replied going around about reply. He can't do that. He's
できない?
not able to do that.
Yeah. So he said, I can't do it, but he didn't literally say, I
What
can't do it.
what
He
is he
said, それは
saying?
ちょっと、
He
ちょっ
can't
と
is
手つけ. Yeah.
can't. Yes,
Yeah.
できない is
Cannot. Yes. けれど、死者はさらに半時間余り喋り続けました。However, the messenger started to talk even more for another half an hour. とうとう、ボスがお辞儀をし、ハウルはその仕掛けを作ることになったのです。And then finally they both bowed, and Howl had come to be forced to do that job. And out of curiosity, Ken, do you have the official book? Can we see what it is exactly that the messenger said in his very polite Japanese?
Yeah, I've got the book, so let's see. Hang on, where are we? Okay, it's
ハル様
about
は強力で、
yours.
賢い頭脳をお持ちで現れます。Oh, it's probably, the first line's actually probably saying, well, see Hal, you have such big brains, don't ya? So because of that, we give you very important jobs. So, however, you see the king is having quite a problem. So even though I hate to implore this of you, but we'd like for you to take on this thing for us to help our cars for the military to go over marshland and bumpy roads. That's what he said.
I found it.
Yes, what is the English version?
Okay. Let's see. So, all right. So that spell was for the king. Another overdressed and scented messenger arrived with a letter and a long, long speech in which he wondered if Howl could possibly spare time, no doubt valuably employed in other ways, to bend his powerful and ingenuous mind to a small problem experienced by his royal majesty. To wit, how an army might get its heavy wagons through marsh and rough ground. Howl was wonderfully polite and long-winded in reply. He said no. But the messenger spoke for a further half hour, at the end of which he and Howl bowed to one another, and Howl agreed to do the spell.
Nice, I was right.
Yep.
Yay!
I like the no doubt valuably employed in other ways.
Yeah. So that's this line right here.
Yep.
ただましい重要なお仕事に従われ something されているのでありましょう. That makes a lot of sense. You must, there's like, that's a no doubt to be doing the order of a job that is very important, for sure. That makes sense. That is literally what that's saying, huh? But it's easier when you have the full context. What's going on.
Yeah.
When you have to start with this, it's like, what am I looking at? What? Nothing worse than polite language. That's not your native. So yeah, so we'll stop here then. Oh.